Hi, it's Mary Jane Smith here. I'm in Houston, Texas. It's July the 5th, 2016. I'm with Paul Simpson, who is chairman of the Harris County Republican Party. Paul and I are both national delegates to the Cleveland Convention. We were both elected, number one, I believe, both of us, from our respective congressional districts.
Right, I'm in Congressional District 2, the home of Ted Cruz, in fact.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
And I'm in Congressional District 7, my home. So, Paul, let's talk about, we've talked a little bit already about rules. Let's talk about the resolutions committee. What's going to come out of this convention? What do you want to see come out of this convention as far as resolutions go, a platform goes? The platform that takes us to victory in November.
I think it's important, and I campaigned even as a delegate at the convention, that we remain the conservative party that we are, that our platform, in essence, remain as it is. I think it's a strong conservative platform. We need to be the conservative party to advance conservative principles in the country. And at the same time, I think the House Republicans have put forth an agenda just in time for the convention that we Republicans ought to be able to come out of Cleveland very united to support this aggressive agenda that we need for conservative reform at the national level. And there are a lot of elements of that I would like to see the platform perhaps push and further, and certainly the convention support. It's a reason for people to vote Republicans up and down the ballot in November.
Usually people say, all right, you pass these platforms, no presidential candidate ever pays attention to it. They do this, they do that, they do their own thing. What do you think Mr. Trump would do?
Well, I sure hope Mr. Trump...
Assuming Mr. Trump's the
Well,
nominee.
if he's a nominee, then I sure hope that he would see the wisdom of the conservative reform that the House Republicans have supported. They've spent a lot of time crafting these proposals and this legislation for at least tax reform, conservative, very aggressive tax reform to help growth and help bring jobs to Americans across the country, and just to further the economy in a way that after 8 years of being in the doldrums, what needs to be done. There's healthcare reform, because we've seen what a disaster Obamacare has been, and this socialization of healthcare is just going to make things worse for us. And so we've got to turn to more free market and private enterprise solutions to healthcare. And the House Republicans have that kind of agenda, and I believe they have other areas they're looking at as well, as regulatory reform and other reforms. So these could be very strong principles and programs that we can campaign on in the fall, and I hope our presidential candidate adopts them.
Any thoughts on a vice presidential choice?
No, they haven't asked me.
You haven't received that phone call?
Not yet. But it's it's always a lot of speculation, and I know I've seen some reports just recently indicating that the old truisms about nominating a candidate from a certain state or a certain office in the hopes of bringing that state along and to victory in November really don't wash. The main thing, I think, the most important thing was that we get a candidate who you could be confident could become the president. It's happened in our lifetime where the vice president becomes a president. So we're going to need a strong conservative who could be a good leader as president should something happen. Mm-hmm. In addition to being a good candidate and someone that will attract votes in November.
Right. Okay.
And there's a lot of Republicans that could fit that bill.
That bill. That's exactly. You don't have a favorite?
I do not. Whoever comes out of the convention, whoever we nominate, I'm sure going to be very interested in supporting.
Okay. Thank you, Paul Simpson. We'll be back. Paul will come and talk to us again after the convention, tell us what his plans are for Harris County, taking Harris County and Texas to victory in November. Thanks, Paul.
Thank you. Looking forward to being in Cleveland. This is my first national convention, and but I'm looking forward to it a lot, and I think it could be a very unifying event.
And I believe you said you had a favorite pub?
There's a good brewery. There's more than one good brewery in Cleveland. Now, I've been to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I think I'll probably visit it again, but there are other places to see Cleveland as well.
Do you remember the name of the great pub?
I could look it up. It's a brewery.
Well, get back to me.
I will.
Okay. Thank you.